accept the fact that your tier 2s are gone into this Clinks. But, oh, hold on. They're trying to catch him again. They get the BKB out on that Storm Spirit, and here comes the Clinks, applying quite a bit of damage now, but there is a little Ogre Seal. But the heal, the sustain coming out from that Wyvern, might be enough to keep him in the game. He pops cheese, but there is another massive ult coming out from the Wyvern to save the candy of that Ursa. That Ursa was a whole lot of trouble. He'll have it. Oh, looks like there's a ping bottom. Ursa's pinging the Axe, but Axe is once again onto him. Look at this deep vision coming out from Radiant, by the way.
There was no reason for him to go in. And his supports don't really offer a whole lot of damage. I mean, Ghost has been playing well, don't get me wrong, but this is
the Hoodwink?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, which is the other support is normally meant to be Frankie. Yeah, the Lifestealer is top of the net worth, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't really have much right-click damage at the moment. It's, you know, he's got a rate.
Quickly, that bug just vanished.
Yeah, Hunter getting a bottle refill here.
I think Filipino rules might be in a hole. I'd like to spend those buybacks.
And the Clinks is just tickling the Lifestealer.
And a couple of right clicks from Troll did to the Primal Beast. That was insane.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty low armor, so the Shredder does do a lot.
Farming to me, come on, boys. Surely there's a big play. Spear the Lifestealer back into your fountain. Storm Spirit, do something. Come on. Fish jumps in. Ogre Seal total further out. So they're just sort of backing up at this stage.
Use your arcane boots, you have no mana.
Saving it for... Is there a stun on this Sven? There is. Out it comes, but the Snapfire is rotating as well. Jackal comes out and grabs that Sven on the edge. Axe needs to be careful though because he is on low HP. That's...
Wyvern.
Oh, they're not going to bump into this poor Sven again. Pee-wee on the creep wave. Huncho misses the stun! Blinks and then stuns in the wrong location, but that Axe is once again there to save the day. Anytime someone misplays, that Axe is just getting phenomenal.
Yes, it's very weak if it's playing from behind and it's not exploiting an advantage, but you give it the +1, but he's not in a position where he's going to be able to do that anytime soon.
When does he start doing damage? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a question I also have.
Like, I'm not trying to flame. Like, ooh. Okay,
That's absolutely worth. A little bit of a committal, I think, from Dire.
I am still shocked. I couldn't even get my words out. I'm so shocked how much damage one little Shredder and
they could let the Wyvern kill the Axe. If it was just Ursa that they were relying on killing him, he's probably staying alive forever. But having a ranged core. But I think that overcommittal has now given the advantage to Radiant.
I think so too. These are two heroes you don't want to accelerate.
He is pretty low, so it's not that big of a deal, but yeah.
Beautiful stun to the Snapfire as well. Axe is in, trying to get that Ursa to punch him, but they got the Yules now, and Axe becomes a whole lot more useless once that Yules goes off. Sand King blinking in, he pops his ult, and is doing a huge amount of damage to Ursa. The Wyvern is pretty significant, but I don't really see it anywhere else. Hold up, Sven taking a whole bunch of damage mid lane. Was that just a blink catch?
I'm not sure, but that was a failed cull, so...
And again. But what's surprising to me is that from my memory of this game, yeah, the Slaughter boys had.
But sometimes you need it. You there?
I am. Sorry, I'm just clicking about. Sven's stun does. Like, it can catch you off guard in a game, but when he's just maxing it, instead of his cleave to farm, boy oh boy is it just putting out, it's 240 damage. Which is heaps.
It's pretty decent nukes.
Looks like Troll's gonna make a dash for the portal. No, he's checking.
Troll does have his basher now, which is gonna make
Dookie. Look at the damage coming out from that. Goddamn, that Sapphire is absolutely destroying that Primal Beast. She just did so much damage there.
It
Magic
now
Steel?
scales a little bit. It's still the same at max level, but it's early levels. As it goes on cooldown, and then it gets put on cooldown by the skeleton archers anyway. 100 TPs, but there's
bash,
he put his
bash
basher in his backpack.
Oh no!
I don't think the bans I don't think picks and bans so far are very strange.
I feel like I talk about this literally every single game.
I think you expect that in the lane because the cooldown of Death Pact is, I thought it scaled, but no, it's 40 seconds or level. Obviously you get charges level 3 and 4, but if the Sand King does a lot this game. I think Wyvern has a pretty free lane versus Sand King.
Just bullies him off, bullies him out. Supports, but
causing so much disruption of fight. I kind of want to see someone else on Radiant disrupt this axe as well though, because all the fights I think Radiant. I know that Johnny plays a lot of axe, so it'll be offlane axe.
or I don't know, like blinks on top of the rat and deals with it. Oh, Shivers. Ghost goes down over by a bad team fight where you don't catch this Clinks and you're losing a Rax, so...
Yeah, I honestly think he should be...
Clockwork,
not
needs
right
to be
now,
careful,
but...
stun comes out, Lifestealer bursts out of him, silence as well, and he's...
Nice XP for the Sven to be getting mid. Lifestealer has had to retreat to the jungle because he's level 4 and the Mars is level 6. A root on him at the start, you probably are killing them. So I definitely see the merit of it. He's going for a swift blink immediately after, which so I would love to see it nerfed.
Yeah, look,
It goes down.
A golden thread.
You know, I'm surprised to
top
see
lane.
that. Surprised to see a Lifestealer going down there. So he can just destroy a tree whenever he wants. What I would like to have seen my team doing is planting the tree for the Mars to spear into. Could you imagine how hype that would be, Ilstaya? you've got the catch. You're the person who can run that bug down, or silence it before it gets its ult off, or whatever it is. So it's always been like a hero that is super fun to play into as Earth Spirit because it gives you something to run after. I'm a AB, and he's punching. He decides, oh, I want that little bug. Can't quite get it. Will he be able to disengage? Glypnir comes in from the hoodwink, and that Clockwork is suddenly pinned to a tree. Decides to question Ilstaya, and I would be very surprised if you were like, oh yeah, it's just this. But I just thought I'd ask in case, you know.
I don't think it does. I'd be surprised if it does.
Bibu tries to run, but there is not enough Warcry in the world to save you from 4 heroes.
Yeah.
Looks like they're picking out.
That was a +5 for
that where he strolled in at level 4. It was a bit worrisome, and it still is very worrisome. Good news is Axe having a good game. Top of the last hits here. He gets himself an early blink dagger. He can.
And it's a nice follow up with the Slaughter. It always feels good to have, you know, a pair of stunners blinking in together.
Looks like there's a smoke mid. They're looking for it, but the blood grenade comes out, and there is some protection coming out from Sven. Okay, beautiful rotation in from Sven there. I think they probably died.
He does, because he probably felt like he needed to. And you don't want to get a Battlefield and be like, you know what, I'm gonna come to fights now. It's the same as like when you get a Midas, you're like, no, I want to chill out. Like,
it's a low ground. Johnny's here, but Johnny doesn't have his ult. Beautiful save from Ari there. Gets inside MGC. Looks like they might just sack. Yeah, sack Ghost.
Yeah, so I think they stayed there because they did have a.
He dropped a skeleton, but they could go on the Storm Spirit and deal with him and sort of just keep the momentum moving in their directions. So I think that blink
very well timed vacuum to interrupt the Storm's cast animation of ult. But even then, as I said before, you can vacuum
a bit of mana. That hasted Lifestealer is a bit hungry for him. Vision here is going to catch the team. They know they're coming. They've got.
You still got the magic queued up. I don't know. Still.
Roche time. With this corrosive wave, we should see this Roche go down before. Oh, they killed the hoodwink mid. His safety. Oh, bit of a whiff there, Johnny. Maybe just try with the spear while he's hasted.
Well played by MGC and a little bit of mistake. I think that the Wyvern really makes this game more even as it goes later against the Troll. Otherwise, the Troll kind of does just man-fight the Ursa and win most of the time.
So it looks like Honcho's electing to go.
This feels awful.
Nice, nice, nice. We're starting to see some items come out on everyone here. What have we got? Reverie. Looks like. Is that Wyvern mid? Wyvern 3?
Yeah. Yeah, Wyvern mid. I mean, hero is strong. Really good versus Troll.
Hang on.
It's when you use Strafe.
Yeah.
The hero, I just think, is in a really bad place. So I think they're griefing themselves by picking it.
Alright, well, we'll see. Mars on a Weaver in the bottom lane. Nice cheeky D-ward straight off the bat there.
Yeah,
from the Sven.
The lane of most activity.
Catch that fish, but the Darkseid is lurking on the side too. Both these heroes are very low. Clockwork and Mars can get a whole lot done.
They seem with the
if Radiant
one, but I just noticed that at the top.
Yeah. So that's a 2-0 series for Austrian Painterson?
Yeah. He creates a skeleton archer. I think that actually is the worst innate.
Doesn't Enchantress have one that's just like, you get a neutral item place that he was making in the previous game? And I mean, we're seeing that in his death score, 13 deaths. But ultimately, I'm seeing 5 heroes here that need to group, that need to make plays, that need to be around. Go for the Shivas after his blink.
Yeah, it's nice armor. Obviously, it's got the heal reduction.
Looks like MGC needs to get out of here, and so does that Ursa, because they are now turning and running straight into that Radiant team. Phenomenal Phenomenal call from that axe there. He might 16 stacks on his Desolator, and a Daedalus now, and is doing the classic rat. Oh, elects to leave. Okay.
I think he should have walked up and hit it a couple of times.
Yeah, they need to be careful now. This is where he pops his BKB, and he's going to try and just walk right out of there. The ward goes down. Really not seeing Bloodsport have the same impact. Damage, and how it might be lacking in some places, it is not lacking on that huge Fisher's Club. They are looking for more too.
Is just scary.
I mean, we've all...
But I mean, in red just a relatively low cooldown, and he's got his shard as well. And he's queuing up the Ags.
To the clockwork, and once again he is caught in front of that angry fish, this time with double damage. And the fish doesn't even need the lifestealer to put him down.
Yeah, having the blink out on the sports van makes the world of difference. It makes your stuns...
To freeze him right there at that moment, I guess it keeps him alive. Meanwhile, Weaver's on the background. Weaver wants that crab. He's waiting for him to appear. Ghost, you cheeky little pure hoodwink and snapfire. Both of the very strong supports of the patch. But then again, so is Sven and Weaver. They're both incredibly strong as well.
That was for who is putting in a lot of work, of course, but he'll be back up soon enough. And Reveries only got his Battle Fury, so he doesn't really want to be fighting. He just wants to be farming.
I can see he's got a wand, and then what? He's got 2 Mithril Hammers queued up because he's thinking maybe Deso.
Going for a Deso, but I don't know if that's the right play against a Sven.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Bob's cast. Sorry to keep you waiting on that one, but here we are. I've got Ilstaya once again, coming along to... Was that just a spear on this? Well, I looked away for just a second. Was it just an acorn? Big acorn?
Yeah, it was an acorn on a blood grenade. The clock was just really low. So... I think... I'm not sure if he needed to get the Eternal Shard this game, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, gets to run free and do whatever. So I hope Dia bans it, because it really was, I think, the drive.
Oh, Ursa dives too deep and gets punished for it. They grab the rat, the stun comes out, and the rat is dead. But there is an ult that comes out from Huncho George, and down goes the Sven. Trolls vacuum back, Storm still has one tiny zip. Nope, that is one more kill for that lifestealer. That's a triple kill for those keeping track at home. Now the bug needs to be careful as well, though I don't think either of these two cause...
Radiant Roche. Yeah, whereas the troll kind of got his Battle Fury and then was coming to fight.
Meanwhile, back at the front of the fight, it looks like the dinosaur is running as fast as he can from the troll. The slow comes out from Slaughtergang onto the wyvern, but the wyvern is free pathing currently because of that Arctic burn, and we've all had that fish blink on us and just absolutely annihilate us in
well, he doesn't even have blink yet, but it's just these heroes that can buy an orchid.
Meanwhile, Ghost still playing on the backline series this Weaver. You've brought the crab, but we've brought the bug, and no one's brought Mortine, so these two just walk away from each other. This Weaver's sort of getting away with murder.
Get close to someone, and by the time he got close to them, he had to pop his ulti. And then you saw the wyvern ulti just screw... I can't remember who.
Damage, and just like that, down goes Filipino rules.
Yeah, okay, I think we're both. I think both mid laners are making some very silly mistakes. I think force for Radiant's win.
Alright, so once again we see the Tiny, the Rubik band out, and the Primal Beast. They look obviously they.
I think it's some insight.
Okay. I think maybe the tempo of the enemy team just put them down. I saw potential there, but I think they just needed needed more time. But anyway, Slaughter Gang did really well.
Like, they want to fight with no Slaughters with them because not only is he very strong at the moment, but he makes the Slaughter do so much more damage. Even the Hoodwink as well, his Acorn Shot is going to do so much more damage.
The armor shots, right? Blobs hit him. And
I don't think he needed to press Enrage when he blinked in there. Yeah. Oh, another miss stun by Hancho.
Hancho.
Incident Armlet. He's not really putting out the physical DPS right now.
It's a sustained fight. He wants a long fight.
Yeah. But when the Dire have minus, what is it, 15 armor? Yeah, 15. But I mean, these are pretty much the same bands, aside from the Primal.
Dire's turn to pick.
Yeah. Pretty much
the playing on the back lines, able to snipe that Hoodwink.
Yeah, I mean that's the issue with this hero is it can be such a bother, and to shut it down, not insanely farmed, but like for a support with no real amazing farming capability. And now he will be able to farm as well when he's not in fighting.
Oh, he's been busy farming heroes, you know? I think if we were at 200 damage, good God, that is so much.
Yeah, he's putting in work.
That Storm Spirit. Is the Storm Spirit dead? He is. Where did that silence come from?
It's an Orchid from Slaughter, which is pretty normal kind of build.
So, I'm not sure if they want to commit completely to this dive. Ari walks away. Instead, they decide to take the Darkseer. And that Darkseer is gone.
Wyvern is about to have Parasma, which is going to be a nice big damage boost.
Jesus. Now, he's going to be in a whole lot of trouble. Looks like he decides to backtrack, he loses the Corrosive Haze, and he's out of there. But Mars is caught out of position, and he is immediately slain there, pushing this barracks in now. MGC and RE are punching your racks, guys. Storm Spirit, 45 seconds until he returns. Now, they can't go bottom lane because there is still a tower. Looks like something's brewing here, mid. Rev needs to be careful, there is a sentry down over here.
Yeah, there's a Aegis Lifestealer. Oh, meanwhile. So, he could die if he makes a misplay. I don't know why he's so low level in comparison. Oh, it's because the Mars has 21 denies.
Holy shit.
It's...
Tier 6 that gets him over the top of the edge.
Yes, the epic... Oh, Marzarina.
Marzarina catches the rat, and the rat is trying to get out of there. Weaver yules up into the air, and they should have the lockdown for him, but no, Clockwork gets a nice little stun off, and now he's the one who's in trouble. He gets his Weaver out, but he might be caught. Oh, mind you.
Yeah, it's had a lot of pain.
Back. And he's coming up on 6.
Yeah, so... Good. Especially against the Storm, obviously, it's extra value. And against the Weaver as well. And it's something the last game that they lacked on the Dire side against the Weaver, is that, which I think is still better than
a skeleton
when you die. Even Miranda's is better than fucking Nexus. So
that's actually pretty garbage.
I just...
It's fan. But, like, you don't... Is it to, like, stop them from picking particular heroes?
Oh,
or...
no, alright. Dire have lost. I hope Reverie watches this fucking
Replay before they can find a smoke. Radiant's having a bit of a look on the side. Looks like they may have been scouted. Sand King pings it out. Maybe he's just got a feeling. His Spidey sense.
The only rupture and like a ulti assist.
And I know that's a really like a really particular. Price the bounce from that. Hoodwink is a whole lot of damage, and again, Ghost is playing the edge of these fights perfectly. He's not even playing the rat this time, and he might just secure damage onto the Clinks. He does, he kills the Clinks. They take the Dark Serum to commit so much to catch the bug. Same with the Hoodwink. That's why I hate the Hoodwink so much, is you just have to commit so much to put it down.
Yeah, I mean, the Weaver, when it's a core, I don't
Is it just this Weaver causing him pain? Speaking to the Weaver, rotating in behind this Slardar. Slardar in a whole lot of trouble here. Filipino Rules is trying to run, but there is Clockwork, a Weaver.
I mean, Lifesteal's queued up a Manta anyway, so he's going to have a Dispel soon. Slardar is also going BKB, so he's going to have a Dispel soon. Darkseer has Greaves.
Like, they've just got so much information. Vision on both of these towers. Huncho uses his stun to farm some creep, and they were just watching him with that vision I was just talking about. He's got no, but not as much.
Streak through the trees.
Oh, big cookie to get him away.
Yeah, I think that was 6 from getting the Wisdom Rune. And Dire hasn't got theirs. Sorry, Radiant hasn't gotten theirs yet.
Okay. The elect to pop the Halt this time. Oh, he's been silenced. He may not get a chance to pop the ult. The slow comes out. 2, 3. Oh, let's right at the feet of the fish. Oh, but gets the invisibility off.
The Ursa really can't man-fight him with the build that the Axe has.
Awesome pickup, by the way, Ilstaya, detecting that earlier on.
It's just
battle with the the side lane camp.
Yeah, I think Ghost has been playing really well, and so is Johnny, and I think they're both kind of doing the same thing where they're just
support or a save support. You've got Ghost, who was in the early game making a few moves, but again, in this particular game with the Storm Spirit on the enemy team, needed to be closer to his team, couldn't make those cheeky. Hold up, Mars throws the ult. Not much has come of it just yet because there's a huge wall in the middle of it all that is gonna take down the Mars. The Sven, the position 5, dies in the back.
I still don't think it's good, but it's sort of it's less critical that you do well. And I don't think it.
About
Yeah, the fact that Clinks is
I'm joking, by the way. He actually usually won the game for me on Clinks.
The fact that Clinks is innate is literally when he dies. Who is playing what on Radiant?
On Radiant side, well, you're in luck because here's one that I prepared earlier. Radiant side, we've got RE1, Filipino Rules.
I mean, I don't think he cares. He was already low HP anyway and low mana. He gets to go to base for free. He's got 2 braces. Wait, mid.
Mid lane. Sand King's diving.
But the Weaver also has his own Atos and is making decent headway onto a Bleep.
You know, oh, okay. They actually were securing Roche down there. I was just thinking, the magical damage.
Pros get the other one.
Okay.
Probably makes laning nicer for you. I can't really see what else it gives. That.
Fire says no, I'll take this creep and I'll give it a throw, and down goes Sven. I mean, it's still a pos 5. Looks like Dire keeps bumping into pos 5, pos 5,
yeah.
pos 4s. Decides not to haste Lifestealer, the person who has been carrying him this entire game. Lifestealer now going in on the clock. Meanwhile, the rat playing on the background. Ari does deal with the clockwork, but it does come at the cost of his support. Super obnoxious in lane. Hey, I've also noticed MGC has decided to not take the speed buff, but instead take the attack speed, which is interesting. I've seen that played as like a hard position 1.
a tiny bit of an advantage, and it just becomes such a nuisance. So I think you ban it. To me, Ghost was the MVP of game 1.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But that's not to say
The kind of point where the Weaver's damage falls off a little bit, and your Sven obviously doesn't do a lot of damage. That's not what you're picking as a support. So when there's no
Blink on Axe too,
Wyvern-
by the way.
yeah, Blink.
Thank you for
And
the
just
follow.
Soul.
Blink Abyssal, you said? Oh,
On the troll, like instead of
with